Wendy, Glenda, Tammy, and Janie wish you the very best this holiday season. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from the Caldwell County Judge Executive Office.
1580 103.3 WPKY. Good morning. Time is 8:15. It's 32 right now. Yeah, but 32 degrees out there, and it's going to warm up to about 50 today, but you still need your coats and all that. It's freezing right now, but whatever, Some people like this cold weather. We're joined this morning by David Brown, our Princeton Tourism Director. Good morning.
Good morning, Misty. Thanks for having me again.
Thank you so much for coming in. So you want to talk to us this morning about...
Well, that just continuing to promote the dialogue that goes along with the proposed restaurant tax.
Sure.
Whether we call it the pennies for Princeton or coins for Caldwell, or basically it's a community development investment initiative, and I appreciate the opportunity just to share what the commission is doing per order of the mayor and the city council in particular, and I'm excited about the future and happy to address any questions. Wanted to share some of the data that goes along with the other communities and kind of just give the thought process that we're approaching this with, so that people, the more information we have, the better decision we can make.
Exactly. So what's new since the last time we talked about this? Fill us in on what you've got.
Well, we have asked on social media, we've asked that people come to our meetings, and they have, and we're grateful for that. We've been asking for things that they believe are needed and that we could address as a commission. We've come up with 32. A rough draft of 32 different things that could bring tourism to Princeton, Caldwell County, and surrounding area, and enhance our local community experience. And so right now, at least we left the meeting yesterday, our intention was that we broke these proposed projects, proposed actions down amongst the 6 and 7 of us, and there's no way, as far as taking the 32, that we could actually get those done in the immediate. And so we've been asked to prioritize those, and the way that we've decided to prioritize those, and I'm certainly, if someone's got a better brain on this than me, I'm open to suggestions. But number one is cost. Naturally, we honestly don't know what a proposed restaurant tax will bring in. The number of 300,000 has been floated around for an annual fund, but we really don't know. So one of the things that we know that we have to do, and the council has asked us to do, and we agreed to do, is to give a definitive plan with proposed cost and a timeline of implementation. So we are prioritizing this list based on, first of all, cost, second of all, need. Now, the need, it can be hairy, because it may be a need to someone, it may be a need to you, but it may not be a need to me. So there's, in my mind, and if you got another question, just interrupt me, but in my mind, there were 3 things that I had to use before I put down a proposed project and or action. Number one, does it bring tourism to the community? Number 2, does it build the community? And the reason that I added that was I honestly believe, and we'll all get to see it hopefully, and thank God, over the holiday, whether it be Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, that as our community grows, as we get better, stronger, more accessible, more loud out on the web, I think our community will grow. And as our community grows, our families come to visit. And when our families come to visit, they will stay the night. They will go eat in our restaurants. They will go shop in our shops. They will spend the day going throughout the community. And so, to me, it's an indirect tourism. And I felt like it was probably one of our strongest suits to promoting tourism is the fact that people come home. And then third, the thing that would bring tourism is, what is our vision? Does it fit the vision? Is it part of the mission? And does it have an immediate impact? And so we're going through these proposed projects, and we're still open for more. Please, if you've got something, let's hear it. Does it improve the community? Does it bring tourism? Does it enhance those that live here? Does it enhance their quality of life, their lifestyle? And does it help grow the community as a whole for indirect tourism? It's really an exciting thought process for me.
So far, what have you come up with? Like maybe your top two. What have you come up with that fits all those criteria? Or have you found anything that fit all of those criteria yet?
You know, one of our guests yesterday said, without meaning to be negative, I'm hearing a lot of I's instead of we's.
Okay.
So let me be clear when I make this statement that it is some of the things that I have come up with would be things that I have thought through. We are brainstorming as a group, but the commission was put together in a way that all aspects of the community were represented, and so we're bringing our collective thoughts to the table. Now, me personally, it's obvious to me that Princeton and Caldwell County is an agricultural community.
Mm-hmm.
It's an agricultural community. We've got the two largest farmers in the state of Kentucky live right here, and we have 3 of the top 10 that reside here in Caldwell County, farm here, raise their families here, and tons of other people that support, create jobs, live here, farm here. So we are an agricultural community. So the first thought that I had when I was asked to dream of something that other communities in the surrounding area didn't have was an indoor ag expo, along with an indoor sports complex. I felt like that they flowed together. It's a large endeavor. It's not something that can be done next year, but to me, it's my dream. An indoor ag expo creates opportunities for concerts. There are a ton of artists that are traveling out west, hit St. Louis, come down 24, hit 69, or stay on 24 to go home to Nashville. And we need to capture them. If they've got an open date, and like I told the commission yesterday, we get calls all the time. Hey, we've got an open date. We're traveling through. It's a Thursday. So-and-so date. Can you use us? And the answer should be yes, absolutely. Why wouldn't you? I mean, we had a new song at the CLC Center at First Baptist. worldwide talent, an incredible event. Filled the place up. I believe that we can continue to do those things. The key being, do we have a venue to hold them? The school has the cab building, somebody will say. It's not set up for that. The acoustics are not there. The seating is not there. Yes, we can cram a bunch of people in there. Can they be comfortable? Can they have a good experience? Can they enjoy an event like that? Can we have a rodeo? Can we have a tractor pull? Can we have a motorcycle race? Can we do those things? And that dirt floor can be transitioned in a matter of a few hours into a different floor. And then all of a sudden we can have volleyball, we can have soccer, we can have basketball. The possibilities are endless. And there's lots of places that have fairgrounds. And you can go to a horse show there. As a matter of fact, we have 2 world champion horse trainers and owners right here in Caldwell County. We have 3 of the largest breeding operations in the Midwest right here in Caldwell County. Why do they have to go to Shelbyville, Tennessee to do a horse show? Why can't we have those things here and bring those people to the community? Another thing that it does for me, Misty, is that yes, the commission can't build 4 new hotels. That's not our assignment, nor is it legal. But if we had a fairgrounds, could we have, those people, those horse trailers they're nicer than some of the places I've lived in. And so, can we provide hookups as a part of that fairgrounds experience? Absolutely. And they will stay here, and they will go to town and buy food. They'll go to town and get drinks. They'll go to town and shop during their downtime. And so, to me, my ultimate dream, and I'm saying me, and I want people to hear me, is an indoor expo, so that people will come and stay. Now, excuse me, do I need to shut up so you can get to a break?
No, go ahead.
Okay. That some of the immediate things that we hope to do and can do, if the council and the people of Princeton give us the opportunity, is wayfinder signage. That I've got this First Impressions. It's an assessment from 2017 from the University of Kentucky, and they hired 6 different couples to come into Princeton and Caldwell County and give their first impressions. And it's an incredible study. And there's, people from all walks of life volunteered to come here, stay overnight, experience the community. And the overall resounding is the places that we tried were fantastic. We went to this restaurant or we went to that restaurant, and it didn't have a big web presence, but when we left, we were blown away. So it's a matter of tourism, a major part of tourism, and something that can be done immediately is, once people get off our exits, getting them to the downtown area where they can experience the heart of Princeton, customer service, the love of Princeton, the warmth of Princeton and Caldwell County. Or we can point them to our parks so that their kids can get there and they're not frustrated because this road is blocked or they turned this. Princeton's not the easiest place to get around. It's just not. And so we can have an immediate impact by providing wayfinder signage to point people to Restaurant Row or to the industrial area or to our parks, to Adsmore, to Big Springs, the Trail of Tears, our hospital, for crying out loud, our doctor's offices, so that people that get off and maybe get a burger or some gas, they realize there's something else here. There's a disconnect in a lot of the older communities like ours in that, yes, we built the parkway here, and yes, we have the interstate there, and downtown is situated somewhere in the middle, and you've got to drive a little piece to get there. Right. So the more that we can provide for them to help them, they will go.
I will take a break now, David, and we'll be right back, and I do have a couple questions for you.
Okay, good.
Hugs at the arrival gate.
Hey, I missed you so much.
Seeing your best bud for the first time in a long time. Family and friends around the table. At Lincoln, we know the holidays are filled with moments like these, when we realize that the greatest wish of all is one that brings us together. In that spirit, we invite you into our home during the Lincoln Wishlist event, where not coincidentally, we're making wishes come true with exceptional offers on the Lincoln family of luxury vehicles. The Lincoln Continental, the MKZ, the MKC, the new Nautilus, and the iconic Navigator. The Lincoln Wishlist event, because wishes really do come true at your Lincoln dealer.
Ready or not, the holidays are here, so don't forget the best gift under the tree. At Perry's Floors and More, they can replace that old worn-out floor with a new floor that will add warmth and style to any room in your home. At Perry's Floors and More, you can choose from luxurious designer carpets, beautiful luxury vinyl plank or luxury vinyl tile floors, and real hardwood that will stand up to the wear and spills of your holiday guests. Whichever floor you choose will be backed by reputable manufacturers and installed with expert care. Go see Bill and Lucy at Perry's Floors and More, 127 West Market Street, Princeton, and get the best gift under the tree.
The doctor is in at Health First Community Health Center. Dr. Jamie Perry is ready to care for the community, providing primary care services at 1100 South Jefferson Street, Princeton. Are you struggling to afford your prescriptions? Let Health First help you. They offer various prescription assistance programs for their patients. Call the Outreach Department for more information at 1-877-667-7017. At Health First Community Health Center, your health is their first concern.
Get spruced up with quality mulch from Bashir Sawmill on Dawson Road in Princeton. We all know that buying mulch by the truckload saves money, and it's only $25 per load for dark natural mulch at Bashir Sawmill on Dawson Road, 1/2 mile past City County Park. Bashir Sawmill also buys standing timber and timberland. Give them a call today, 270-365-2330. That's Bashir Sawmill, family owned and operated in Princeton for over 50 years.
Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Cadiz is the place to shop for delicious homemade goodness. Hancock's makes their own fresh chicken salad, pimento cheese, salads, and a variety of mouth-watering desserts, sure to please your entire family. While at Hancock's, be sure to visit their meat department for the best selection of USDA choice meats in the area. Hancock's Neighborhood Market in Cadiz, hometown homemade goodness, and the Hancock name you know and trust for quality for your family. Hancock's Neighborhood Market on Commerce Street in Cadiz.
1580 103.3, and we're back with David Brown talking to us about the things going on at the tourism, specifically the new tax and how that could be utilized to make improvements. And so one thing I wanted to ask or say, maybe just a comment about our guest yesterday mentioned how she found it difficult to get around with all the one ways and everything. And so, I think you've got a point there about the signage. When people get off, they don't know what's here. There's nothing to say, hey, we've got a park, go this way. We've got a movie theater, go this, whatever you would choose to put on the sign. Should you get to the expo.
Yeah.
Right. So I think that's a valid idea. Now, we also got a comment here on Facebook.
Oh, good.
So let's see what you have to say about this.
Sure.
He says people are waiting to see what the Tourism Commission does with the $60,000 they have on hand. before they'll support the tax. So what are your plans for that?
Right. Well, let me say first and foremost, thanks for the question. The answer to that question is that we don't have that money. That money is still in the hands of the city. It was shared with us at not the meeting yesterday, but the previous meeting, that we needed to go to the council meeting and request that funds, and the council and the new mayor have asked that even that funding, we come with a plan for it.
Okay.
The things that we've knocked around for that money is over and over in Lasting Impressions, Igniting Voices West Kentucky. There doesn't seem to be a common vision or mission that all of us within the community are working for, nor a logo. So, with the web presence that needs improving, first of all and foremost, it seems as if we need a logo so that we can share things with Princeton, and it's attached to Princeton. You know, Katie's has a ham. And there's a personal friend of mine, Sean Murdoch, with Icon Marketing. I'm talking with him about creating something like this. I've also talked to Mr. Joe Duncan about putting together something logo-wise. And he and his committee with West Kentucky Igniting Voices are sort of doing the very same thing. And so we're hoping to collaborate those ideas to do that. Now, the immediate, so that I can answer this gentleman's immediate question, is we can get some of the signs, a good portion of Wayfinder signs, with this money. And it's actually a little more than $60,000, just to be frank with everyone, so that there's transparency. But as far as improved web presence, logo, and signage in the immediate, I think is easily accomplished, and I think probably extremely helpful to people from other areas coming into town. That's we haven't been given a date as far as will you share this particular proposal so that we can release funds, but I would say the council and mayor are waiting on us more so than us waiting on them.
Okay. Well, and now speaking of that, he also gave a personal opinion on what he thought should happen here. He says that he believes that a website and GPS upgrades and promotion should be a top priority with the monies on hand. He feels that physical signage in a digital world is dying. GPS and Google Ads can revolutionize Princeton. That's his take on it.
And listen, I don't know who you're talking to, but he's a smart dude. And
that would be Jeff Sims.
Is it? Well, thank God he's serving. You know, he's one of our new magistrates, and I've known him since he was picking his nose. and I don't really know what he did with him, but I love his family. We live in a digital age. There's no doubt about it. The physical signs are going to help the retired people that come to Western Kentucky that don't necessarily use their phones to navigate. Now, my wife, she's got a name for hers. She follows it everywhere. Going to Memphis, when we first moved back, we went in 4 states following that idiot. But they are helpful, they're necessary, they're needed, and yes, we've got to have those coordinates. And it's all part of upgrading everything digitally. We've got to have a web presence. You know, in this Lasting Impressions, it says there seems to be limited resource and money to make improvements in the city. They could also work to engage more youth in the city. It seems to be an aging population. There seems to be limited resources available to do more improvements.
And you're reading from that
lasting impressions that
right.
we got from our first impressions. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but
The six,
you know,
6 groups of people that came in.
we can sit here and banter back and forth. Well, what are the improvements that this individual was talking about? And there's a great deal of data here to see into their mind, but there's also, we got to decide. We've got to decide, are we going to be a historical landmark where people come to see our history and all of that? Or are we going to be a progressive community that says we're open for business? We've got this, and this is coming. Come and see. And so I think they play hand in hand, but in order for the future to be bright, I think we've got to look at coordinates. We've got to look at website. We've got to look at a digital age that most small communities have neglected to take advantage of. That's what this money does. That's what this tax gives us the capability to do. In this thing, the Chamber of Commerce, it says that they've got a nice website. It looks like that it hasn't been updated in a bit, but it was helpful. So how can we, as a commission, help point people to these websites so that other people can other businesses can take advantage of TripAdvisor, Yelp. Our businesses, we need to go online on Facebook and Twitter and whatever else that we've got out there now and ask everybody to go to this restaurant and write a review if it's positive. And then the next week,
positive,
yes, we don't want any negative reviews. That you go and see the manager or the owner for your negative reviews. But on the digital side, we need to go from store to store, one per week or one per day, and give a review so that it's out there. And the more reviews it gets, the higher it climbs. And so more people see what's in Caldwell County. What does this community have to offer? And so, but it's those things that make a huge impact. Our Yelp ratings for our restaurants, or there's all kinds of websites. In order for us to draw more people off of the Parkway, those are the things that we can do that are relatively inexpensive, can be done in a short period of time, have a huge impact, and sustain and help build our community for the future.
We do have to take another break, Jeff or David, but we will be right back.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
We're going to see sunshine today with a high near 50. Mostly clear overnight with an overnight low around 32. Clouds will move into the forecast tomorrow with a high near 56. Rain's going to move in tomorrow night with cloudy skies and an overnight low around 44. Rain will continue on Thursday with cloudy skies and a high near 50. Overnight rain Thursday with lows around 36. On Friday, look for a 40% chance of rain and a high near 40. Today again will be sunny with a high of 50.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Taco John's.
Here's your weekday lineup at the Capitol Cinemas, Main Street right here in Princeton. Into the Christmas holidays we go, and we've got in Cinema 1, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, rated PG. It shows Monday and Tuesday at 6:30, and then Wednesday and Thursday at 3:30 and 6:30. School gets out Wednesday. We'll be starting a little earlier with our movie times for Wednesday and Thursday. Now, in Cinema 2, Ralph Breaks the Internet, same time as Spider-Man on Monday and Tuesday at 6:30, and then it ends Tuesday to make room for Mary Poppins Returns. PG, it's a Disney production expected to be one of the top sellers for the entire holiday season. Mary Poppins Returns, PG, moves to Cinema 1 and shows Wednesday and Thursday at 3:30 and 6:30. That leaves The Grinch. It'll be here all week, showing 6:30 Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday and Thursday, 3:30 and 6:30. And also, of course, Spider-Man, to get that straight, make sure we got it right. Spider-Man's in Cinema 1 Monday and Tuesday at 6:30. Then it moves to Cinema 2 and shows Wednesday and Thursday at 3:30 and 6:30, while Mary Poppins moves up to Cinema 1. And the third of our 4 Christmas movies free for the holidays will be on Thursday, December the 20th, and we're going to do something a little different. It's going to be in the evening instead of in the morning, and adults are invited. It's National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. It's a PG-13 movie, and doors will open at 9:30. Movie starts at 10 o'clock. And that movie is brought to you by Coda Young, our mayor-elect here in Princeton. We're happy to have his sponsorship. And the final movie, the final of our 4 free movies, will be Saturday, December the 22nd with the beloved Polar Express. Doors open 10, movie starts at 10:30, and this one is brought to you by First Southern Bank. That's it, and if you've forgotten all that, don't forget our 24-hour show info number, 365-7900.
For 35 years, Pennaroyal Home Medical has appreciated the opportunity to serve Western Kentuckians' home medical needs. They believe in quality. Unlike others, they offer local service for what they sell. Ask your doctor or hospital to call Pennaroyal Home Medical. If quality counts, they have a best price guarantee on same items. Rated A+ by the Better Business Bureau. Call Pennaroyal Home Medical, 1-800-445-8002. It's your choice.
1580, 103.3 WPKY. Good morning. Time's 8:46. It is 35. We've been talking to Princeton Tourism Director David Brown this morning about the new proposed restaurant tax, or pennies for Princeton.
Yeah, the Community Development Initiative, I guess.
There we go.
Okay,
it has like 10 different names, so
does,
I can remember one or two. But
it does. You might as well. Look, it's a restaurant tax, and the money goes for promoting tourism and enhancing the community.
And so we've been talking this morning about ways that you want to do that.
Yeah.
And we had a listener comment about his thoughts on how he, thinks would best suit the expenditure. And I can see both sides. I can see how physical signs would do well, and I can also see how more, because we are in a digital world.
We are.
And I know I have, now I say the physical signs because I know more than once my GPS has dumped me in the middle of a cornfield, so it would help to have a little bit of a guide around to say, hey, if you just head this way, maybe you'll get closer than that cornfield, And I don't know if that is a lack of, I don't know if that's a lack of data updating to the GPS as he suggested, or I don't know what causes that, but I know I've been in circles and lost before.
Well, they really kind of go, Misty, hand in hand. It's always good to see, yes, you may use Siri or whoever to guide you with your GPS, but it's always good to see a sign and know I'm on the right track. That's how life is. You want to know that you're headed in the right direction, or even just to know that things are there. Like, I guess that's part of updating the GPS as well. If you put these things on there, there is an ag expo here, or there's this here, or there's, maybe that's where that comes in. Because we get caught looking at our phones or listening to our GPSs, and we don't always look around. Mm-hmm. And so we feel it our responsibility, or our privilege, if you would, at the commission to point these places out. Mm-hmm. And a web presence is absolutely huge. Mm-hmm. Now, the people that live here that would be paying a portion of this restaurant tax, they'll say, well, I don't need,
Right,
I
nowhere
don't
to
need to
go.
know where it is. I've been going there forever. And so the other side of that is the more people we get in there, the more we get to use to bring in more people. And but also, playgrounds at our parks, improvements to our parks. We said at our Youth Incorporated meeting last week, and we even talked with Todd, last Thursday, I think it was, on his show about some of the park improvements that we're planning on doing. Well, tourism, we get to have tournaments at our parks, and so we promote those events and bring those people in. Well, maybe we do some matching funds with some of our festivals so that they can have the radio station do a month-long promotion on Black Patch or SummerSlam or the Pennington Festival. That all of those things are a part of tourism, but it takes money. It takes money. And that's the reason I believe that Caldwell County is a gold mine. I'm certain of it. I'm not even going to tell you how many places that I've moved to because my kids are still mad at me. But we've done it, and Princeton and Caldwell County are as good a place to live and visit as anywhere. And we want people to know that. If you don't mind, I can run across some of these projects, and this is not meant to divide us. These are ideas that have been given to us. Some talked about painting the overpass out on I-69. We are in talks with the State Highway Department, and they are in talks with the Federal Highway Administration on some things there. There's a ton of legalities that are involved in it. A Gore area beautification project that's in between the exits, the little triangles that are there. Putting some shrubbery, putting some landscaping, putting some trees, putting a fountain, all different kinds of things. We're getting prices on those things right now. Festival enhancement. How can we help Black Patch? How can we help the Pennington Festival? How can we help the SummerSlam? Park improvements, playgrounds at Youth Incorporated, Dotson Park, City County Park, park improvements, bathrooms at Youth Incorporated, Dotson Park, City County Park, East Side Park. It's nothing ruins a day when you're going to play with your kids like having to stop and go use the bathroom and there's not one there, or there's not one that's unlocked. Welcome to Princeton signs. When you come in, these little simple things, site signage of our current assets, painting the underpasses. I think our new mayor, Coda Young, has already mentioned that he's been in talks with I think it's P&L Railroad. So it looks like they're going to be doing some improvements to our two town underpasses. We can do some painting there to kind of brighten things up. The other site signage for Adsmore, Big Springs, for our parks, for future fairgrounds, Ag Expo. There's walking trails. We looked at 2 walking trails last week that groups have done a ton of work on and weren't able to complete them for either funding or owner intrusion.
Complications?
Yes, complications is a great word. A bike trail. Now, I talked with a contractor about doing a bike trail at the City County Park so that people could ride their bikes. Downtown parking improvements. Advertising funding. New holiday lighting. New lighting, get it from the new I-69 exit all the way to the downtown to sort of light a path to get people there. Adds more signage, decorative lighting. I could go on, but all of these things are extremely expensive. Most of these things are extremely expensive, and we are putting together this proposal and this plan so that we can have the biggest impact on an annual basis as possible. I don't want people to get sidetracked and say, I don't want a expo center, and so forget it. You know, that's 10 years and they're going to sit there and hoard the money or whatever. There's immediate needs that can be done immediately to have an immediate impact, and we look forward to implementing those with your all's permission.
Okay, David. So unfortunately, we've plumb run out of time. When's the next meeting that we can come to give ideas and input? And
January the 7th is Monday at noon, and we've discussed our nightly public listening forums, and the reason that we didn't do one or haven't scheduled one is that we wanted to have a narrowed or smaller proposal instead of 32, and we spend 3 hours talking about these 32. We wanted to narrow that thing down to about 10 or 15 and throw that out there for the community to chew on, and then begin to listen. Okay, why this is stupid. So January the 7th, 12 noon at the Welcome Center at City Hall. Every Monday following that, we'll be there. We want you. We need you. We thank you. And thanks for having me today again, Misty.
Thank you so much for coming this morning. David Brown, Princeton Tourism. We've been talking about the way to spend this new tax if it goes through, and how to take care of enhancing Princeton.
Here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast.
We're going to see sunshine today with a high near 50. Mostly clear overnight with an overnight low around 32. Clouds will move into the forecast tomorrow with a high near 56.